Hello everyone, welcome back again. So something a little bit different this week. I've had a lot of you been asking about the GT that's been lurking in the background in all the videos. So I thought I'll put together a video this week that covers off the EB. It does raise the question, is this the worst GT in Australia? She's pretty rough. It has had a different life to a lot of the GTs, as far as a lot of them were, respected and parked up as a GT. This poor thing's been a daily driver for a long time, so it's got a lot of Ks on it, and she's got a lot of, battle scars from being in service since the early 1990s. Now, the car did get parked up quite some time ago. I found the footage of it once we did fire it up for the first time, which happened a couple of years ago. It'd been sitting for over 10 years at that point, and it was the first time that the car fired into life. We'll have a good look over it today, and I'll also fire it up and get your thoughts on a couple of issues that it has. And it's also got a signature or a marking up underneath it, which we've got a few different opinions on why it's there and who's done it. And I'm sure there'll be some Ford experts that are watching this that'll be able to shed some light on that one, because we're not 100% sure. So anyway, we'll go through the video now, and this is the story of the EB GT. So I've had this car for a bit under 2 years now. It's been parked up for a long time. Now, they're all numbered, obviously. There was 265 of these EB GTs built. This is number 59. Now, this was put into production, it went down the assembly line on the 26th of the 1st, 1993. And it was actually the 91st car that went into production, but obviously the 59th badged or finished, however you look at it. So originally ordered by Jeff Wignall Ford in Victoria in Melbourne, but not 100% sure whether it was sold there originally or what the story is with it from there. So my journey with this car goes back about 5 years. I knew a guy, or the previous owner, that had it, and he mentioned to me that he had an EB GT in his shed and he was going to do it up one day. And I just said to him as a passing comment, if you're ever looking to sell it, to let me know. Now, his circumstances changed a couple of years ago, and it was at that point that he agreed that he'd sell it, and we worked out a deal from there. Now, it's not a great example of a GT, if I'm honest. It is pretty rough, and it had been parked up since roughly 2010. So it's not certainly showroom condition and ready to go. It's something that I knew when I purchased it that it was going to need a lot of work. Now, you'll see as we go into the detail here, it was used as a daily driver for a long time. So it's not an example where it's been parked up and kept as a show car its whole life. It was literally crashed and bashed around. It's got shopping centre dints all over it. It's she's had a hard life, but in saying that, being the low budget operation, it fitted the budget that I had, and I'm really looking forward to one day ripping into it and getting this car back to its former glory. So we finalised the deal to purchase the EB, and I won't put any photos up of dragging it out of the shed just from a privacy point of view, but it took us a little bit, but we got the car out and we managed to get hold of a trailer to recover the car so we could get it home. Obviously, it hadn't been running for many years at this point, so starting it and driving it, even doing anything with a permit, wasn't going to be an option. So we got the car home, and by that stage, we thought we'd just see if we could get it to fire up. So we put a battery in it and a bit of fuel and see where we ended up. But the fuel pump was no good. The sender unit in the tank was no good. It had been sitting far too long. So we basically, new fuel pump, new sender unit, just gave it a little bit of a birthday in that regard. Got the thing to fire up.
Hear the mighty 5-litre burn!
But started pumping water out everywhere. All the Welsh plugs were rusted away. She was a little bit ugly. So back to the drawing board again, new Welsh plugs, did up the cooling system, and got the car to fire up. Now, obviously at that point, alternator was playing up. As you can see, it's nice and shiny, so threw a new alternator at it. The old one was beyond rebuilding, and it actually starts and runs quite well. Now, it's an automatic, which we'll go inside and have a bit of a look. And you'll see here, she's quite rough now. As I said earlier in the video, it was used as a daily driver. So the poor thing has had quite the life compared to a lot of its brothers and sisters, I would imagine. You can see the seat and everything is quite ugly. It's done quite a few Ks. So there it's got 209,000 on it. It's an auto, but it's still a GT, and to me it's well and truly worth saving. So it's all there, like all the door cards are all there. The badging, I'll go over to the passenger side, all the door cards are marked. Everything's all there, so it's certainly worth saving. She's just going to need a good overhaul. It's got the original GT mats in it, and what's quite interesting, it's got the EB GT markings in all the glass. So every pane of glass has that in it, apart from the driver's side, which you can see, if I don't know with the camera, I'll show this up, but it's a slightly different tint. So I'd say at some point that's been broken into, or it's had to be broken into, and that glass has been sacrificed. But every other sheet of glass on it, or pane of glass on it, is marked. And if I climb up here without falling over, you can see even the back window is marked as well. So externally, the poor thing needs a bit of love as well. You can see there it's had a pretty rough patch-up job done on the front bar. Now it's got the original GT rims on it, but they have got a lot of gravel rash. They've seen a lot of curbs over the journey. Now a few of you have commented that the center caps are missing off the wheels. Absolutely, you're correct, but I have got them. They're all here in a box, safe and sound. Some of the fingers are broken off them, so I didn't want to put them back on just to run the risk of busting more of them off. That one's a bad one, but the rest of them aren't too bad. So it's just the fingers at the back. So I'm going to try and work out what to do there. I just didn't want to put them back on and break fingers off just for the car to sit around. It has got a brand new set of tyres on it. That's why the caps and all that were taken off. The tyres were split because it had been sitting so long, and they all went flat once we got the car home. But you can see just here it's got lots of dents, lots of marks. The thing's pretty beaten up just from doing, 200 odd thousand Ks as a daily driver. If we come around this way, so it's all there. The back of the car's all complete. It's got the GT badge at the rear. So as a starting base, the car's quite good. Just as I said, it just needs a lot of little things. You can see there it's had a hit in the back. That's had some filler put in it. So it really does need a good, it's beyond touching up. It really needs a full job done on it. But it's one that once I get the supercars a little bit more under control, I'm hoping that I can get back onto this thing and get it all up and running again. As far as the back of the car goes, it's all still pretty well as it was when it was new, just in a lot poorer condition. All the door cards and everything are there, all the vents and everything, the GT stitching in the seat, it's all survived. It just really needs a good birthday, and at minimum it's all got to be torn out, cleaned up, and at least put back in, if not obviously reupholster the driver's seat and a few other bits and pieces. Okay, so we're inside the car now, and so I'll do a quick fire up video. I've got a camera behind it as well, so you can hear what it actually sounds like. You can see there, I've disconnected the battery. It's been disconnected for quite some time. And inside the car, there's a few electrical gremlins. The climate control doesn't work. Need a code for the radio, which we don't know what that is. So there's a few, well, the radio's certainly not working anyway. So there's a few little gremlins we've got to go through, which we'll get to. But this is how she sounds. So underneath the car now, it's got a tow bar on it, which will go. And if we work our way down toward the front of the car, you can see it's had different exhaust systems and that. Would have had mufflers changed over time. Some of those fit ups aren't as well as I'd like them, so that'll all get redone eventually. And then the auto trans in there, we can see the pan is leaking like a sieve, so the auto needs to be rebuilt. It's not anywhere near working as it should. It's slipping, it's doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things. So that'll get torn out and done. And then, yeah, same deal with the engine. It's got a heap of oil leaks and bits and pieces under it, which all need attention. As I said, we've done oil and filter and put some Welsh plugs in it and got it so it starts and runs. But yeah, she needs a lot of TLC. Now there's one thing here I want to open up and see whether any of you can work out what it is or who it is. If we go to the back of the car, so that's where your spare wheel sits. So on the inside of the rear bar, it has built by master Sean somebody, 31st of the 3rd, 1994. Now if I do a Google search, the name comes up. It does seem to be related with Ford, but I haven't been able to confirm it. So I'm interested to get your thoughts on that one. Surely there's somebody out there that'll be able to explain that one for me, because I certainly can't work it out. So I hope that provides a little bit of insight into the EB and how we've ended up with it. And as far as the future of the car, it's planned that we'll do a restoration on it. It's a little bit up in the air how far we go. Obviously it's beyond touching up, so it does need a full respray, and there's quite a few blemishes on the interior as well. So it'll probably be torn down and restored properly, and if there's any interest, we can document that as we go also. But certainly for the moment, we've got enough on our hands with the with FTR3, the Super Cheap Auto Falcon, and also BA1. So that'll certainly keep us entertained for a while, and we'll continue to save up the pennies to get a little bit of money and restore this EB as well, which they really are an awesome looking car in my opinion. The people tend to either love them or hate them, but I'm certainly in the love side of things. So thanks again everyone for your support, and we'll hope to be back to normal programming shortly with the supercar restorations, and we'll keep you updated. So thanks again. We'll speak to you soon.